So it's really important for in-games to have triggers that can help judge and define the logic of where the player is and pushing forward, such as like quest completion. So I'm going from point A to point B, which I'm going to utilize quite a lot during my narrative mod that I create. So in order to create a trigger box, all we have to do is make sure we have under materials selected tools trigger.vmat. We want to create a block, which is just here. So we'll just create this. We'll just expand it out so that we can walk into it. So we can see that it's cleared at the end of the path. So this is where the player is going to spawn, which is these tiny little entities right here. And then the player will walk into this box. They won't be able to see the box, it'll be completely hidden, but that's how it's done. We then hit enter, and we can see that it just says trigger on the material there. All we want to do is we want to hit tools, tie to entity. We want to change its class name to, I'll just type it. It's a trigger underscore hero, so that only the player can trigger this. Because he's going to be classified as the only hero in game is Bristleback. Then want to give it a name, so we're just going to give it trigger example. And then we're going to basically tie it to a script. So the script we're going to tie it to is called triggers.lua, which is basically a pointer towards it. We're then going to bring up its advanced properties, pressing Control Enter, Alt Enter, and we want to basically apply an output to it. So the output we're going to apply is, the output named is on start touch, so basically when the player walks into it. The target entities named is basically the trigger that we're interacting with. And then via the input, so when the player walks into it, we want to call a function. So we're going to call a script function. And we're going to call a script function called, if I remember correctly, it's called enter trigger. So this is the script that it is being referenced to, which is triggers.lua. And then we just apply the function name in there. And there we go. That's the setup. And then all we have to do is we just build the game, hit yes. So once it's built, what should happen is when the player walks into the trigger box, these print statements are only set for in the console, which I won't show you. But what you will see is the broadcast message, which is what the player will, what will be displayed on screen, and it'll say enter trigger for 3 seconds. So it's done building. Hop back into the game.
Choose your hero. 30 seconds to battle.
So hero,
There's
and if
always
we walk
one
down
heart.
here, it should pop up a message saying enter trigger. Yeah, there we go. And it'll display it for 3 seconds.
That way.
And there's a lot more logic we can do, such as like leaving the box, display certain functions, and what I'm essentially going to build it to do is to create a quest. So when you enter, you'll be given a quest, and when if there's, say we say go to a destination point, there'll be a trigger there that says, oh, the player's been here, quest complete. And that's us.